CSGO's M4A4 was always unsuppressed, so let's lift the mystery behind this picture. Welcome to a new episode of the cut content of Counter-Strike. Today we will take a look back at the Counter-Strike Global Offensive beta and concern ourselves with the silenced or suppressed M4A4. Modern Counter-Strike Global Offensive players will of course know that the CTs have to choose between the regular M4A4 with the 30-round magazine and unsuppressed, or the M4A1S with the smaller magazine and a silencer/suppressor. Please don't argue over this in the comments. I know it's suppressor, but everyone knows what a silencer is, so suppressor, silencer. I don't have a horse in that nomenclature race, and everyone knows what's going on. Alright? Good. Counter-Strike Global Offensive originally only featured the M4A4 without the suppressor. The suppressed M4A1S was added to the game in August of 2013 in the Arms Deal update. This was Valve's answer to a call by many old Counter-Strike fans who wanted a suppressed M4 back. But what many Counter-Strike players do not know is that they almost got a suppressed M4 from the get-go, because originally the M4A4 was supposed to be suppressed, and this is cut content that deserves to be remembered. Back during the days of Counter-Strike 1.6 and Source and even earlier versions, the M4 came with a suppressor that you could attach with a click on the right mouse button. And as Counter-Strike Global Offensive was originally just a console port of Counter-Strike Source, this gameplay mechanic of attaching a suppressor was of course supposed to be retained. The only thing that was supposed to be different compared to the original Counter-Strike Source was the model itself. The functionality was to be exactly the same. Over the course of the development of the console port, Counter-Strike Global Offensive expanded into its own thing, a completely new edition of Counter-Strike, where the weapons were not only to get high-resolution models, but also some were to be replaced with more modern counterparts. In 2011, when Valve released the Counter-Strike Global Offensive launch trailer, we can see this transitional period, where the CT's view model for the M4 is already the M4A4, but the world model and icons still show the Counter-Strike Source variant. At this point in development, the silencer functionality was already cut. But when we take a look at the model created by Matt Wright, we see in this work-in-progress picture that it was indeed supposed to have an attachable silencer, or suppressor. This untextured render of the M4A4 shows it clearly with a suppressor. This model was included in the game files of several work-in-progress versions of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And with a little effort it can be put back into the playable version of the game, because the logic for attaching the silencer is of course still there. And that looks a little bit like this. Yeah, the weapon is still untextured, but, well, we couldn't go through the effort of texturing it now. Textured or not, this gets the point across. Yes, originally the M4A4 was supposed to have a silencer, but as suppressed or silenced weapons were not really the style of the day when Counter-Strike Global Offensive came out, it was cut just like the MP Schmidt was cut. But fan demand was high enough for Valve to listen and bring back the M4 in a suppressed version with the M4A1S. Pretty nice. Attentive observers might have noticed by now that the M4A4-Suppressed displayed in this video utilizes the Counter-Strike Source style animations and the Counter-Strike Source style hands, furthermore underlining the transition between Counter-Strike Source and CSGO. If you would like to experience a suppressed M4A4 in a more modern CSGO setting, then I got a little treat for you. Friend of the channel, Zool, known for mods like Counter-Strike Classic Offensive, has created a little add-on with which you can attach a suppressor to your M4A4 in CSGO today. And no, that's not a reskin of the M4A1S, it is the proper M4A4 with the 30-round magazine. Relevant links for the installation will be found in the video description down below. Check the GitHub link first, download Zool's new program, Miggy, which allows you to easily install add-ons to CSGO, and then install the new M4 with that program. And because this question will come up, no, you can't play with this on official Valve servers. That doesn't work. You would need to create your own ones. Or go play Classic Offensive, because that game has a suppressed M4. So that's it for the story of the suppressed M4A4, which is, by the way, still called M4A1 in the game files. and to add some personal thoughts of mine in the end, I am very happy with the game how it is now. Those who like it a bit more modern can choose the M4A4, and I, who like it old school, I choose the M4A1. Not really for gameplay reasons, I just like the old style. The big water bottle style shroud and the sleek look, and yes, I sometimes just unscrew the suppressor, just because I like it. I just like my old M4, or rather AR-15 in this case. So that's it for the story of the M4A4 with a suppressor. Don't forget to check out Zool's creations in the video description down below. A special thank you to the guys from the CSGO Beta Talks Discord server for putting this demonstration together. One of their administrators and main contributors also happens to be one of our generous Patreon supporters, namely Uncle Digi. To him a very big thank you, and also a big thank you to the rest of our supporters, who are of course Lone Wolf, Zed Gladys, Wrapped in Glass, Cookie, Harrison Steffens, Plasma, Brass Jazz, Tome, Rainbow Flash, Grizzlyware, Strange Module, Mr. Internator, Tainser, DX9, Cop Fighter, and Inter. To them and everyone else, thanks for watching. And in case you wonder what's their benefit, well, they got to see this video well in advance. In case you liked this video, give it a like, consider subscribing for future content, and maybe even join the ranks of our Patreon supporters. So, hopefully, see you guys next time. Until then, have a nice day, and as always, goodbye and guten Tag.